Hello, Jenny Leroy with Cutler Investment Group, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the CARES Act. The CARES Act has made it easier for workers to access their retirement funds during a pandemic. And it's important. I wanted to take a few minutes to tap into some approaching deadlines that are approaching with this CARES Act relief. So you're able to access your retirement funds if you are a qualified individual. And to be a qualified individual, you have to, your spouse, or your dependent had to have tested positive for the coronavirus. Or you have to be suffering a financial hardship due to the coronavirus. Now that could be because of reduced hours at your employment, furloughed, temporary closure of your job, or even having to stay home due to lack of childcare because of the coronavirus. All of these things would qualify you as an individual for the CARES Act. Now, the CARES Act has permitted employers to increase the loan amount available to qualified individuals to $100,000 from March 27th of 2020 through September 22nd of 2020. Now, I know this time period has passed, but it is important to highlight because if you did access this loan, this coronavirus related loan of the larger amount, you were able to delay those payments until December 31st of 2020. So I'm highlighting this to remind you, maybe you took this loan in April and you haven't been making payments. Those payments are going to begin starting in January of 2021. So that is important to highlight that. Also, a coronavirus related distribution is allowed from a qualified plan up to $100,000. So this is different from a loan. This is just a straight distribution that doesn't have to be repaid. Now, the great thing about this is it's for the time period January 1st, 2020 through December 30th of 2020. You are able to take a distribution, an aggregate distribution from any qualified plan up to $100,000. If it is a qualified coronavirus related distribution, the 10% early withdrawal penalty is being waived. So typically that 10% early withdrawal penalty that applies for any distributions under the age of 59 and a half has now been waived if it is a qualified distribution. In addition to that, the taxes are able to be spread over a 3-year time period. So if you took a $100,000 distribution in April, you can spread that additional income and taxes over the next 3 years when filing your tax return. That is great, so that you don't have to take that huge hit in 1 year. You can spread it over 3 years. In addition to that, you can also repay the distribution. Typically, if you take a distribution from an IRA, you have 60 days to repay it. What they are allowing is same 3-year rule. If you repay that distribution within the 3 years, it can be added back to your plan, which is great. It doesn't count as a contribution. It's a rollover contribution adding back to your plan, so it doesn't deduct from your annual limits that you can contribute to the plan. And you can actually file a federal income tax amendment for any of the income taxes that had been paid. So let's say you repay it in year 3, you can amend your 2020 and your 2021 taxes to recoup any of those taxes that you did pay on the distribution. So lots of facts going on here, but again, the loan repayments are going to start after December 31st of 2020. And then the total distributions of $100,000 end with on December 30th, 2020. So important deadlines to be aware of that are coming up. If you are a qualified individual and want to find out more about what your options are, or about a distribution you took and how it needs to be handled, what your repayment options look like, and how we can help you with that, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, I hope you found this helpful, and if there's any additional follow-up questions, just reach out to us at Cutler. Thank you so much.